Welcome back to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. I want to thank Bank Hometown for helping make the show happen. They are a sponsor again in 2023. I want to thank the team at Bank Hometown for helping make the show happen. In our second segment, we have with us Sharon MacDonald, who's the CEO of the Guild of St. Agnes. And maybe, Sharon, for our viewers who might not be completely familiar with the Guild of St. Agnes, you could give an overview of the scope of services that you provide.
Sure. Well, the Guild of St. Agnes began back in 1913, and we currently have about 1,700 children in our program, ages from birth, basically, 6 weeks to age 12. Mm-hmm. We have 7 child care centers and 4 school-age centers, and we're in 6 of the Worcester Public Schools, and we have about 135 family child care providers that we contract with to provide services to the children. Right. And we're about to open a new center, so that will make it 8 centers in Worcester.
Well, I think we'll get into that in a little bit, but let me just, kind of talk to you. Maybe you could just, talk about the issue of child care. So, even prior to COVID, I think there was a recognition, in public policy circles in places like the State House or in Washington, but also in the employer community.
Yes.
In Massachusetts, right now there are probably 2 job openings for every potential one in person to fill it. Right. And that's been exacerbated by, federal inaction on immigration. It's been clearly COVID created a situation where the primary care taker of children, predominantly women, not being able to get back to the workforce because of lack of daycare site slots. Maybe you could just talk about kind of the state of your industry for a few minutes here in Massachusetts. And
Sure. It's definitely a problem, and as with all industries, hiring people even to work in our child care programs is a challenge as well. So we have a wait list in most of our programs, but we really did learn over COVID. We knew it all along, but we've definitely learned over COVID the importance that people need childcare. They need to know that their child is safe and learning while they're at work. And so, even over COVID, we were open within a week of shutting down for the people that work at UMass and in the city. And I think as people started to work from home, they realized they still needed someone to take care of their children, because you can't work and take care of children at the same time. So yes, we have found that we're trying to build capacity as much as we possibly can, while at the same time having employees, teachers who are skilled and are professional and provide not just a daycare, but a nurturing environment that's a professional environment for staff as well.
Yeah, and I think we've learned, over the decades, with the introduction of the Head Start program and some of the studies that were done, over a course of time, that those young people that had access to Head Start, which was, not just babysitting, but actually beginning the learning process at an early age, the results and the success of those young people was significantly better. And so what we're talking about is quality daycare, where a parent knows that they're safe, but there's also kind of those learning building blocks that start.
Absolutely, and not only the learning building blocks in terms of what the child is learning developmentally, but being with other children, playing with other children, but really important, the attachment piece. We're learning so much in psychology now about the importance of having a healthy attachment with an adult, a steady adult. Mm-hmm. And if it's not going to be the parent at home, and actually we work with a lot of families who are involved with the Department of Children and Families, or who have challenges in their life, and so having a stable place to go every day with a teacher who's there every day is just such an important part of development, and that's what we can provide.
Well, we're seeing, with the COVID situation, the remote learning, that socialization for kids at all different ages.
Absolutely.
And losing that 2 years is having an impact not only in learning but behavior in other ways.
Behavior, definitely.
And so, that's the other quandary you have, and you alluded to it, is, finding, like every other sector of the economy, trying to find workers, and, having people who can work in the industry and have a livable wage.
Right.
That's a piece of it. But if people don't have access to quality, affordable daycare, they themselves can't go out and work.
Right, exactly. And so at the Guild, we've been working, I mean, the nice thing about it being an agency as large as we are is that we have a lot of homegrown staff. You know, we have super fabulous collaborations with the Worcester Public Schools, with the local colleges, even with doing some work with just training teachers. They can come in as an assistant teacher. You know, we give them the college courses or the training that they need, and they see a path of success for themselves as well. So it's not just working in a classroom, but there's a career path for them as well.
And been around for a long time, care for a lot of kids, but not an insignificant employer yourself, 300 employees.
Yes, yes. About 260 of which are full-time, 40-hour a week, and then we have a lot of college-age students who work in our after-school programs as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not just, you know, during the school year either.
No, it's all year. Yes, that is the one thing about childcare. It is 24. Well, it's not 24/7. It feels like it to me, but it's it's 10 hours a day, and it's 5 days a week all through the year.
And certainly, it probably should have started with a congratulations in order, because you're the new CEO.
Thank you.
But
yes.
You've been with the agency.
I have. I've been with the agency for 23 years, and like many in our agency, saw the career path, started with an after-school program job and worked my way up in the last 23 years.
And now there's an exciting kind of project that's
Very
going on. We
exciting.
want to talk about the.
Very exciting. Thank you. Yes. A year ago in December, we bought the former Colonial Bowling Alley on Mill Street, which Ed Medaus, the previous executive director, had this brilliant idea to make it a child care center. So we're in the process of doing that. We'll employ another 35 employees and add 155 slots for child care from infants through 5. And the most exciting part is because of its proximity to Worcester State University, we're going to make it a lab school so that their students can do internships at our program and really learn what it is to be a child care teacher in a beautiful state-of-the-art facility.
Right. I'm channeling Barry Maloney, the president of Worcester State University. I mean, the biggest major on an annual basis, the largest number of graduates are in business, actually, at Worcester State University. When you say that to people, they're surprised because of its history
of a teacher school
and educators, producing educators.
Right.
So early childhood is a component of that, and you're going to have this partnership.
Yes, because most of the time, you know, our understanding is the major is from, you know, preschool through grade 3. So a lot of the internships are in public schools for kindergarten, first and second, but they don't have a lot of experience with the preschool, or we're going to have care for infants and toddlers as well. So it'll really give the students a broader range of possibilities for their career.
Right. And, you know, and you gave the example of, you know, how you started with the Guild of St. Agnes, and you know, perhaps with some of these Worcester State students, you know, they realize this is their vocation or the way that they go. You know, in terms of child care providers in Central Mass and the region, Guild of St. Agnes has to be one of the largest?
Yes, absolutely. We are one of the largest. We're definitely the largest to take subsidized children, but yes, we are. We're one of the larger standalone child care agencies in the state, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in a minute or two that we have left, just that's, you know, I want to make sure people, so there are families that become eligible for a child care daycare voucher, correct?
Yes.
That usually it's based upon income or certain situations.
Correct. Correct. And the thought is, I mean, childcare is expensive in Massachusetts, unfortunately, but we also really work at giving a livable wage to our employees, which is a big cost factor. So a lot of the parents can't afford it. The state has a great system of providing subsidies for families based on a sliding scale, which we have contracts with the state to provide that, as well as vouchers. So when parents come to us, we really work with them to say, do you qualify? Let's get you some funding if you don't qualify.
And if they don't, you also do private pay.
Yes, we do private pay as well. And one of the pieces about Worcester State is that there was a need for their professors who there isn't a whole lot of childcare in the area, especially in that part of the city. So we're also going to be working with their professors and their staff to see if they can get childcare as well.
Good stuff. We're almost out of time. If people want to learn more, is there a website?
Yep, absolutely. Guild of St. Agnes, that's stagnes.org, and it lists all of our locations and any other contact information you need.
Great to have you. Sharon MacDonald, the new CEO of the Guild of St. Agnes.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks
nice
for being
to
with
be
us.
here.
And stay with us. We're going to come back for our final segment of Chamber Exchange.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.
This is Radio Worcester. Local talk, local news, local events. We got it, and we've got opinions that you're going to want to hear.
That Worcester will be thought of and spoken about.
We're live every morning, 6 to 10 a.m., and if you can't catch us then, you can find us online day and night at radioworcester.com. This is your town. This is your morning show. Talk of the Commonwealth with Hank and Ben.